Rick Santorum was at a Young Americans for Freedom event. I love just that name. It's like, just put anything that vaguely sounds like people will like it and put that as your title. The Young Americans for Things That Stuff People Like event. They try to frame it so that nobody can be against it just by the title, and then they're always for something ridiculous that nobody is actually in favor of. That's how these things work. Anyway, I don't want to get too far off topic here. And when he was there, he was talking about Obamacare, and he said, quote, "Obamacare is actually a pretty clever system. Take care of the people who can vote and people who can't vote, get rid of them as quickly as possible by not giving them care so they can't vote against you." Yes, you heard him right. According to Rick Santorum, Obamacare is a plot to kill old Republicans. A plot to kill old Republicans. Well, Rick, allow me to be the first to ask you, how far did you reach up your anus to grab that one? That's a deep one. I'm thinking elbow deep at least to get that bad boy out of there. That sucker must have been lodged up there tight, huh? But knowing little Ricky, he might have enjoyed it as the person was going up there to grab it. Anyway, I don't want to go too far off topic here. So then, after he said that, I love this because he directly contradicts himself like 46 seconds later. Santorum said this, quote, "When Thatcher ran for prime minister, she said," remember this is the Iron Lady, she said, quote, "The British national healthcare system is safe in my hands." She wasn't going to take on healthcare because she knew once you have people getting free healthcare from the government, you can't take it away from them. So let me get this right, Rick. First you say Obamacare is a plot to kill old Republicans. Then you say you can't give government health care because then you can't take it back because people will like it too much. Which is it, dude? Is Obamacare a genocidal plot that kills people, or is Obamacare so lovely that you can never take it away after you give it to people? Is government health care too great that you know if you take it back, your political party is doomed? You can't make both points at once, son. These guys, I'm perpetually amazed, and I shouldn't be because I follow this every day, but I'm perpetually amazed at how they fail basic logic. Like, they'll say one thing in one sentence, and in the next sentence they'll just contradict the previous thing they said, but then they act as if both things are valid, even though it's impossible for both things to be valid and both things to be true. Now, of course, the reality is the latter of what Rick Santorum says is correct. That once you have a single-payer system, you're never going to be able to take it back because it's just so much superior to our shitty-ass private system. That's correct. That's correct. And Margaret Thatcher knew that. She realized that. She said, look, I'm an asshole who wants to fuck over the poor and really cut taxes for the rich and bring back a Gilded Age, but I can't go after the health insurance because there might be a revolution if I do that shit. So there's the same thing going on with healthcare in America. You can't even take back Obamacare. Republicans always cite polls that say, look, the majority of people aren't so hot on Obamacare. Except you're disregarding the fact that, number one, when you go provision by provision, it's overwhelmingly popular. And number two, even though they might not be favorable for it right now, they still say when asked, hey, should we repeal it? They go, no, don't do that. So, Rick Santorum, you're a joke. Because clearly, a healthcare plan that stops pre-existing conditions, that stops lifetime caps, that covers way more people, that cuts premiums and cuts costs for the middle class and gives subsidies and expands Medicaid, that program is not also genocidal.